their site over in Stroud for a number of years, and then I worked over at Hartbury College for a bit, looking after their sports facilities, and then I went to work at a local gym, ran my own personal training business and health screening business as well. And then the opportunity came up at Cirencester College, and I thought I always wanted to try teaching, but I came to it quite late, so I was lucky enough to train on the job as a teacher while still earning money, because I had a young family as well, so I was able to do that whilst earning money, which is good. I think it's just the range of students that we get. We get everybody from Swindon to Oxford to Stroud and Tetbury. They're from all over the place, and I think that's one of the things that really makes the college unique, because you bring all of those people together and they suddenly realise that they've got so many things in common, and they're all talking the same language, as in sports-wise, and they suddenly realise they get on with lots of people. And I think that's a really important message for our students, that you can come from lots of different walks of life, but you still have the same common interests. It's something that's always really interested me, working like sport as I always played sport and stuff, but when I was working in gyms, I ran a GP exercise referral scheme as well, and that was one of the things that sort of like I really got interested in. How can you help people who may not have had the same positive experiences I've had in sport and physical activity? The people that come in and they're really, really nervous about first coming into a gym. And I think it's something that's alien to a lot of the students when they first come into the college, but it's something we've got quite a big emphasis on as well, is how do we engage those who might not have had the best experiences in sport or physical activity. It's not just about going into university as well. We try and get, we've got we now have a group of alumni that come back in and have either started running their own businesses or running big companies that managing for them, so that they can come in and give their experiences as well. So it's not just about university, it's about looking at the wider picture and how can we make sure that we get employability skills into those students. So one of the programs that we run is something called the Careers Ready program, which is quite unique because there's only 3 other sports careers ready programs in the country, and with that we engage with local employers. We sit down with them 2 or 3 times in the year, and they're the people that employ people in the sports industry. So they come from sports development backgrounds, sports partnerships, local fitness equipment suppliers, local leisure centre people who run those, physiotherapists, all sorts of people, even journalists as well. And we say to them, what is it that would make somebody employable? Not their BTEC score, which is really important, but what is it that makes somebody employable over everybody else? Because sport's a really competitive market. So we've had some really insightful meetings with them where they've talked about how it's important for students to be able to project manage, so come up with an idea and then move their way through there. The importance of things like social media and how to engage with social media and use like their ICT skills. And I think that's quite a shock to sports students who think that sometimes, oh yeah, I'm coming in to do sport, but actually they need to have a much broader scope of skills. And we try and engage those students with that by the type of assignments we get them to do, by the way we do formative assessment, the way we teach them as well, is that we want to engage them in lots and lots of different activities. Yes, there are lectures, and yes, you do need to know you need to have some knowledge, but the way you present that knowledge is going to be really important, that you understand that that's going to hit lots and lots of different audiences. We've just got lots of students that have come through and gone off and done really well for themselves. So we've had a whole family that have come through as well, which the Moores, they're fantastic. They've run leisure centres or gyms in London, Thomas Cook representatives for the sports facilities. Lucy's also doing some work with David Lloyd and helping them with setup and running of their swim programs. So it's when you start to hear about those sort of stories, you sort of like think, oh my God, that's amazing. Along with, you know, loads of other stories I could tell you about is, you know, people who've gone off to do rehabilitation and work with Saracens Rugby Club and fully chartered physiotherapists. You know, we've got so many people that are coming through and going off and finding those jobs that are their dream job sort of thing. I don't know, just all the charity events that we've done and sort of like people just getting involved in that, and you know, seeing people dressed up in fancy dress or wigs or whatever it is, and just the way in which everybody gets involved in that sort of stuff, I think is probably the most memorable stuff I can think of. I think probably when I first started playing rugby and stuff like that, it's probably quite old school, so people won't remember this, but people like Jason Leonard, who were juggling like work commitments alongside playing top quality, top class rugby, not being paid for it as well. I just think that those sort of people are inspirational as well. But actually, a lot of my inspirational people are players that I've played against out in the local community, and just sort of you think, oh my God, you know, they're such an amazing player, or you know, the way they're so committed to their club or stuff like that. I think that's probably as inspiring as people who've played at the very top flight.